Hey everybody, I'm Mike Steele. Welcome to Barbecue Champs Academy live show. We got a great one in store for tonight with the 2019 World Points Champion, Mr. Matt Ouverson with Team Wicked Pig. Man, we're going to have a lot of good stuff to talk about. We're really going to be gearing up, talking about the SCA World Championship coming up. I think it's the second weekend in March. No, it's around March the 13th, 14th in that area. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm planning on attending that, so hopefully I'll get to meet quite a few folks that have bought classes from us. If you guys have got questions tonight, let's talk about them, because Matt's going to try to give you some tips and some pointers and some things to be prepared for going in to the SCA World Championship. Got quite a few folks on here. Hey, Mr. Rick, glad to have you here. I think I saw you was cooking up in Georgia this past weekend, and I don't know if you know it or not, but Lee Hickle, one of our barbecue guys, made the 1,100-mile trip from South Texas up there and had a first-place brisket up there. And if I had known you was there, I would have got you guys hooked up. But certainly glad to have you on board. Paul, certainly good to have you. Brandon, you always seem to be with us every week. We really do appreciate it. Caitlin, thank you as well. I can always count on you. There's certain ones that we just always know are going to be here with us. And John, glad to have you here up there in the frozen Arctic of Wisconsin. Man, I don't know how cold it's going to be up there, but in Louisiana down here, I know on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, we're supposed to be down to 19 degrees, and the high is going to be like 32, 33 degrees for 3 or 4 days. That's some cold weather for us down here. I enjoy it. And I can only imagine what y'all are going through up there. Mr. Jim, glad to have you with us tonight, buddy. Appreciate it. Jamie from North Carolina, thank you for being here with us. Let's see who else we got. Got Miss Mary, still frozen in northern Wisconsin. Y'all probably won't thaw out probably until April or May. So, Carly, great to have you here on the show tonight. We got Mr. Craig. He is with us. There is the man himself, Mr. Terry Roan. How are you doing, sir? Glad to have you here. We're going to have a great show tonight. Once again, be thinking of some questions that you would like to ask Matt. We're going to try to really dive deep and get into some things that you can be prepared for the World Steak Cook-Off coming up once again in the second week of March. It's going to be really great. I want to jump in real quick and get to one thing, and that is our incredible partners that we have that make all of this stuff possible. You know, a lot of people don't realize it's pretty expensive doing what we do, and we are so thankful to have partners on board with us to help us be able to do the things we do. We try to help them out. Most of these guys have got a lot of product that they sell. And Danny at Be Extreme Barbecue, he's got an amazing line of rubs that was helped develop by Mr. 2018 World Champion, Mr. Terry Roan. So we're certainly glad to have Mr. Danny on board. We got B&B Charcoal. Absolutely love their product. Been using it for years. Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, Mr. Brian Crawford. He's got an awesome rub, the Crawford's Barbecue Pit products. Certainly glad to have him. He carries almost 95% of every rub and sauce and things that we use in our classes. So certainly glad to have him step up to be able to offer that. Mr. Craig Sherry at Texas Pepper Jelly. I tell you what, if you're looking to step up your ribs and your chicken, he's got some amazing rib candy and sauces. He's got a whole line of rubs as well, a brisket, a chicken, and a rib rub that he just came out with. He's got some other unusual rubs, and he's got an amazing ketchup. Everybody likes the Whataburger ketchup. If you like that, you're going to love what Craig has got for some new ketchup that he released a few months ago. You might want to go check it out. I'd get that habanero one. It's delicious. Tapacue. Man, I tell you what, we are steadily getting some product from Tapacue. Reach over here. Just got these in hot off the manufacturer. This thermometer will actually work. It's a wireless probe, and it will work. Of all things, they made it to where it'll work in an Instapot. It's an air probe. These Instapots, they are finding are off. Like, you put it in for so many minutes, and it's supposed to cook it to the temperature. She was doing some chicken checking, and it's overshooting the chicken by about 15 degrees. Cool thing with this, you stick this in the chicken. If you're cooking chicken, pork, whatever, you put it in. It connects to a Bluetooth on your phone. It's wireless. Put it right in the Instapot. Absolutely perfectly cooked. Any kind of meat that you're doing, it will not overcook it because those times are off. But this is brand new. It's called the Air Probe 2. And we're going to try to get them on here pretty soon maybe in the next week or two to talk a little bit more about their products. But go to Tapacue if you're looking for something that will be absolutely amazing. These products are off the chart. Also, new one that we just picked up, Dustin at the barbecue store in Hempstead, Texas. He has got a full line of rubs and sauces as well. We certainly do appreciate him coming on board. He was with us a long time ago, and don't know what happened, but we've got him back now, and certainly glad to have Dustin with us as well. Also, my good buddy Cale at Barbecue News Magazine. And to keep you up to date with everything that's happening in the barbecue and the state competition world, that is the place to go. Got a few more folks that has joined us since ran off and left. Let's see who else we got. There's Mr. Danny at Be Extreme. How are you doing? Man, there's my girl right there. I'm telling you what, man, if I was a betting guy, I may have to put some money on her. I think she's going to beat Matt at World. So, yeah, you can go on and laugh, Matt. My money's on that girl. She's tough. Marissa, it's certainly great to have you. We got Corey. Frozen, Nebraska. Yeah, I imagine it's pretty bad over there. Papa Joe's in the house. John is in the house. Great to have you here from Memphis, Tennessee. Bobby, certainly glad to have you here. It's going to be a great show tonight. Mr. Tim's with us. Miss Jana Mays, man alive. This lady has been on fire. I'm telling you. Jan, I almost called you this week. I'm going to get you on the show because you have just been absolutely tearing it up. And congratulations. I don't know where you are in the points, but it's got to be pretty dadgum well because I think she's had 2 or 3 first place, had a second place this past weekend. Absolutely crushing, and I'm so proud to see you doing as well as you were doing. Mr. Brian is coming in with us tonight. Jason is here. Mr. Tim is with us. Matt's class is a game changer for my steak. I'm so excited. Well, if you got some questions for him, Tim, about how to prepare for World, get your notebook out because Matt's going to lay it on the line for us. Tyler, appreciate you being here. And let's see who else we got. Roger out of Beeville, Texas. How are you doing, sir? And Mr. Michael Underwood. Thank you. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's bring in the man of the hour. If y'all got questions for this man right here, there he is. Mr. Matt Ouverson, Team Wicked Pig from Iowa, Norwalk, Iowa. So, cold up there, buddy?
Oh, man, it is ridiculously cold. I went to work this morning, and my truck said negative 21 degrees on the way to work.
Wait a minute. It was negative 21 degrees?
Actual temperature.
The actual, not, because trucks don't read wind
chill.
Wind chill. No. You got to be kidding. It was negative 21 degrees.
Yes.
Man, let me tell you right now. Me and you need to have a talk. Ain't nobody supposed to be that crazy to stay in that kind of weather. You need to get down here to South Louisiana. So, you see, I was in a T-shirt all day today. So, wow.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, man, alive. Stay warm. I would imagine it's probably going to get even colder within the next couple days. So, or maybe it's already hit y'all and it's coming to us. So, anyway.
Hopefully it gets out of here. But, yeah, Saturday looks to be – we're supposed to have a state comp up here. And, unfortunately, it's going to snow, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. But I think when they start the comp, it's going to be -2 or -5 actual temperature. And
oh, my gosh.
It's supposed to be -20 for the low and the overnight.
Oh, dang. I know Mr. Mark was cooking last weekend up somewhere toward Wisconsin area, and I think it was like 4 or 5 degrees or something, and he about froze to death. So, anyway, you guys are nuts. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that. Caitlin just purchased your class this week. I'm officially a graduate of John Lindsay. And now Matt Ouverson state classes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I tell you what, you got 2 heavyweights right there. So, but seriously, Barbecue Champs is one amazing thing. Thank you. I saw when you had bought the class. I appreciate you giving us a shout out. You know, I tell you what, a lot of people don't realize, and I want to thank all of the state cookers and barbecue cookers that have given us shout outs. The state cookers just last year was overwhelming what y'all did for us and letting people know about how good our classes are. We hear that a lot. You know, they just, well, I don't know, how good are they? How good are they? I was like, yeah, hey, just go ask all these guys how good they are. We had a barbecue guy that took Lee Hickles' class here last week, and he goes to his first comp. I don't think he had too many top 10 calls. He goes to his first comp, drops all 3 tickets off, and finishes well into the top 10. And it's just amazing, and it's what you guys do is unbelievable. Your willingness to go in and continue to help them. One of the things that we have now is just y'all's classes are just all access only. And, we had talked about doing that 4 or 5 weeks ago to kind of let everybody know. And the reason that we did that was there was a few people that wouldn't spend the extra $20 to get the all access. They don't have access to the private Facebook page. Well, it started bothering me. I reached out to all the steak cookers and said, look, guys, if y'all would be interested in giving updates, y'all don't have to. It's not part of the deal when people bought your class. But all you guys have agreed, look, if I change something, if I tweak a few little things, my goodness, I'm going to let people know about it. And I'll make a little video and we'll put it right on the page. Well, when we talked about that, we had a big conference call. I decided, look, let's just take this thing. We'll make it all access only. That way, nobody gets left behind. And everybody that buys a class now will always get updates from y'all if y'all choose to give them. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I appreciate you guys doing it. John's already made a little update on his, and because he changed his rubs up a little bit from when he originally did the class. He didn't have all his rubs out at that time. 3 or 4 months later, once he perfected it, he said, hey, here's how I do it. So I appreciate everybody. I'll tell you right now, it's been great, and giving us shout-outs like this, we really do appreciate it.
Mike, I do want to tell everybody, when people don't feel comfortable, asking questions on the private Facebook forum, I do, give people my phone number, or they can, message me directly and ask questions. And I just had 2 people today, do the same thing. And I don't mind, doing that for people. And so some of the stuff that's not on there, don't be afraid to ask, and come on there and ask me personally, message me.
Yep.
So,
yep. We got a lot of folks. Oh, Riley, hey, look at here. This is probably a young lady that I need to get onto our show. Glad to have you with us, Riley. I'm telling you what, I've heard a lot about you. And
Riley, I got you a box coming. It went out today.
There you go, Riley. So I'm telling you, it's so great to see these young girls. I think she's like, 14 years old, 14, 15. She's very young. And I'm telling you what, the girl can throw down a steak with the best of them. So
she acts way above her age too. She's a very, very great girl.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Hey, Matt, you practice outside this week? Cedar Rapids, Iowa here. Yeah. So I tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to ask you a question. It's 5 degrees below zero, and you got a state competition, like you said, coming up. Mm-hmm. What do you do any different, Matt? I guess first of all, you put a lot of charcoal in the grill, don't you?
a little bit more charcoal. And most people know that I warm my steak up, but keeping it warm from the temperature I have it at, and then when it goes to the grill, it's critical to keep that pretty warm, because, it'll fall fast in that cold weather.
Right.
Protect your grill from the wind. Maybe put a blanket over top of it or something. Just keep it up to speed.
Right. So. What about carryover? I would imagine you have very little carryover on that, don't you?
Not in that temp, no.
Yeah. As soon as you take it off, it probably immediately stops it.
Yeah, foil bag, and don't have that foil bag sitting on a cold stainless table or anything like that. When I foil mine in this temperature, I only foil when it's this cold. I normally don't foil at all. But I do foil in this temperature, and I put it in a paper, like a bath towel, and I stick it in there, and then I cover it completely up, and have my probe in there, and I can still watch the temperature. Right. So that's one key to making your steak. If you count for your rise, that's one way of doing it.
I got you. So that'll kind of at least buffer it a little bit. And I guess if it hits that temperature, all you got to do is crack that bag open. It's going to stop it immediately when it's zero.
Yep, it'll stop.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, there's your pro tip right there for the Antarctic front that you ladies and gentlemen will be cooking in. So anyway.
In March at the Worlds, it could
get pretty chilly.
It could be 40 degrees there, or it
Yeah.
could be 75 or 80. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta keep practicing.
Yeah. Yeah. You need it. And, it doesn't hurt to get out in the elements, and you never know when you may get caught in that kind of temperature. It wouldn't hurt to do a couple of practice in that kind of temperature. So
Yep.
now, if you're like Mr. Steve, he's out in sunny California and it's 63 degrees. So burr, yeah, ha ha, Steve. So anyway,
Steve's a Wicked Pig team member now too.
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, we got a lot of folks coming on here. Let's see. Any more questions? If y'all have got any questions for Matt, Mr. Nakia White. Matt's one of the best out there. Glad you got him on the show. Yep, absolutely. And Nakia, I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. We're going to be making the track down to Bow Bridge, Louisiana for the cook-off down there. I got signed up yesterday. There was only one spot left after I signed up. So if y'all have got any questions for Matt tonight, let us know. Matt is usually pretty good about trying to answer everything. And, we got a lot of folks I'm just trying to see if there's any questions that I do. Matt, do you use a blender with Wicked Pig or just stir it up?
Blender.
Got a blender. Yep.
It's a USB blender. So it's rechargeable, but it really gets the marinade mixed up really well. You can mix it up days in advance or the day of. It doesn't matter. Some people prefer the day of, some people don't. So
right.
I normally mix it up the day of.
Yeah. Just be careful, Tim, when you do it. If it gets foamy, you may be going a little too fast with it. A nice slow speed kind of keeps it from getting too foamy. So, but it'll probably just die right back down, won't it, Matt?
The foam is I put it in there foamy. Don't worry about the foam.
Don't worry. Okay, very good. Big Extreme Pig, Wicked Pig is a great combo. Yeah, it is. Y'all have done proven that over and over again. So, all right. Well, we've got quite a few folks on. Appreciate your comments and stuff. Let's get into some questions. Let's, you and I had talked at great lengths about maybe the points system for 2021, if there was some need to maybe tweak it or change it a little bit. And, I guess there was a lot of other folks talking about it as well. And I think Ken and Brett realized that, it may be getting a little out of hand with, people cooking 80, 90, 100, 120 cook-offs a year. How many ever some of them cook? Everybody can't do it. And I think they've changed it up a little bit. Now, I don't remember exactly how many. I don't remember the rules, but how many, is it 20 or 25 cook-offs for the year now?
Yeah, I haven't read the whole thing, but I think it's 20 or 25, somewhere right in there.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it is. That's gonna make things interesting. I mean, there's gonna be some people that I don't know where Jana Mays is right now, but I know she's had. Okay, so Jana says it's 15 cook-offs. Yeah, that's gonna really make things interesting.
She's well ahead of the game now.
She's out there, and
I would say she's probably in first place according to their points way of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, she's had, I think, 3 firsts and a second, maybe 2 seconds. Jana, let us know where you are in the points. I haven't checked it. Everybody has popped in. There's Mr. Will Collier. Hey, Mr. Will. Hey, congratulations on you, buddy. Tell you what, man, you have been on absolute fire here lately. And I think you had a second place out of, 80 or 90 teams over in Alabama. And you have just been absolutely torching it. So congratulations to you, Mr. Deadbird Walking right there. He has just been doing an amazing job. Let's see. We need an ancillary for brats. Do you turn in 6 portions or just 1? So, I think everything is if it's small like that, I think it's 6. I'm not no expert in all of that. So, as Will said, Jana probably should be or is in first place. Jana, let's see what she says here. 2 first and a second.
5th.
Where are you at in?
She's 5th. She's
5th place. Okay, she's 5th. All right.
Yeah. She's done four events and she's won 2 of them.
Yeah, 1, 2, and finished second on the other. She finished, I think she had a second this weekend.
I don't know if that's updated. No, so it's not updated. So she will probably move up, I would say, because Seamers is in 4th.
Okay.
But yeah, let me see.
They're going to still keep kicking on up. That's for sure. Well, it's going to definitely change some stuff. 15 competitions is going to make it where it's really, really good. The person that can go do 30 competition, if they can do 30 and get 15 of their best, they've got a good shot at it,
Yeah.
And that's what's going to make this thing. It's not going to be a runoff no more. There is any point in time that you may think you've got it, and then somebody may only have 5 competitions, and all of a sudden they get to do an out, and all of a sudden here they come running up. It's going to make for a really exciting year because you're not going to know until the very end. And once everybody starts getting their 15 in, and then you can kind of see, well, I've got a 10th that I could perhaps move up, and I've got a 9th that I could perhaps move up. The changes will be pretty subtle when it gets close to the end. What do you think about it? You think this is going to be for the better?
Yeah, it's going to make people better cooks. You just can't slide in there with some 4th and 5th place finishes. So you're going to strive to make yourself better, and it's going to make people better cooks. I'm serious. I mean, Jana's on fire. She will take first overall, I would say, by the looks of things, solely because she's only 5 points out of first place. So she'll be in first place, I would say.
Yeah, she said she posted Mark and I are tied. So is what she posted just a second ago. Let's see, Jana Mays. I'm really expecting a female champ of the SCA World. So yeah, we just got one. Sandy Brown. Oh, you're talking about World.
Worlds. Come
on.
The
SCA World. Yeah, I tell you right now, there is several ladies. Sandy, Jana, your sister has just been on fire.
Connie. Connie Striegel.
Yeah, Connie. She has been on fire. Shauna has gotten out all of a sudden and she's been able to get out more, and she's starting to put some stuff together. She's got a new rub that she's working on, and man, this new rub's been pretty tough. She had 55 teams here in Blanchard, nailed to first place, and a friend of hers goes down to Houston. They had a big cook-off down there. I think he got a top 4 or 5 finish. So
I want to say Tina Hain, I think is her name. She won. The women have just been tearing it up.
Tearing it up, yeah. I mean, it could very well happen. If there was a year that's primed and ready, this is the year. There's a couple of them. Jana is on a roll. Your sister has been on a roll. Don't count Shauna Rapolo out. That lady is... When she just seems to do very well at big cook-offs. And I don't know. There's you guys have got y'all's work cut out for y'all. So it would be.
I'm gonna start practicing here in the next probably week and a half, and I'll cook constantly all up until the Worlds.
Okay. So I tell you what. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about that, and I tell you what, let's do this. Let's talk a little bit about what people need to do. What's the mindset? What do you have to do to prepare? What are some things that you need to be, to make mental note of having with you? It's a long cook-off. Give us a walkthrough. You got a lot of people out here that hasn't cooked a lot. Give them some pointers.
I would start out. I'm going to do the same thing, in the driveway. I don't care if it's going to be cold or not, but I'm going to cook just like I would at a comp. Make sure I have everything. All my seasonings are all going to be full. Everything is going to be, my scissors, my string, have everything you're going to do for a comp just like you would, and cook 2 steaks, give yourself a time and say, I'm going to turn it at this time, and just cook like you're going to do it somewhere else. And because you're going to have to be ready. I mean, if you've never been to the Worlds, there's a lot of distractions there. And the best thing to do is maybe put in some headphones, listen to some music, and get yourself your head in the game.
Okay. All right. So just mentally be prepared. There's a lot of distractions, so don't let the distractions take you away.
Yep.
Caitlin just put, this is my first time at the World this year. Give me all the tips and tricks. There you go. You just heard a few of them right there. So, that's
a lot of people with new rubs, or there's a lot of people you don't know or you're going to meet, and you start trying new things. Stick to what brought you there. I've had some people ask me recently, hey, what's the flavor profile for Texas? There's going to be none. I mean, use what brought you to the Worlds.
Okay.
There's judges from all over the country coming, and they might be, if you're from Alabama, there might be 4 judges at your at your table that you turned in from Alabama, and you might do really well there, and I might do horrible. So
right.
You never
Right.
know. But predominantly, a lot of judges out of Florida, a lot of judges out of Texas. I know there's quite a few Iowa judges coming. You got Oklahoma judges that'll be there. I mean, they're just from everywhere: Pennsylvania, Arizona, California. So just whatever got you there, use it.
Right.
You
I
never know.
Yeah, I think that is one of the absolute smartest things. People ask me a lot when I'm cooking, do you change? Nope, I cook the same barbecue everywhere. You start chasing it, and you will never. You're just cook what got you there.
I mean, if you were traveling, say if I was traveling from here to Mississippi, I pretty much use the exact same thing as I would here. But there's other parts of the country that you can tweak just a little bit here and there. I mean, and it's not much. I mean, it might be lighter on one rub than, what you normally use. But
right.
for the Worlds, use what got you there.
Yeah, that's what Jenna just said. That's the best thing. Use what brought you there. So
Yep.
Riley said she's going to take your class and come down there, and I think she said she's going to beat you.
Perfect.
I'm going to take your class and then bring it to the world. Nick said, kick his tail with his own class. You know what?
Hey.
I promise you, anybody that beats any of our guys that took their class and beat them, I promise you, they will be the first one to run up on stage and give you a big bear hug. So,
oh man, yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Let's see. All right, Dustin says, what are the don'ts for the world?
Don't lose track of time and get your steak turned in. I know. I think it was the first year I was there, I lost track of time, and I was ready to turn in a half hour early on one of my steaks, and luckily I cooked one at a time then, and was able to use another steak as a backup, but it wasn't the one I wanted to use. So,
right.
Keep track of time. Get yourself a tablet and put it up there where you can see it. Get yourself a clock. Make sure you know what time it is.
Right.
Like I said,
right.
a lot of distractions, and it's a good time, and you want to talk to people, but yeah, make sure you have all that.
I got you. Well, I tell you right now, it's
don't drink too much either. Will Collier says that.
Don't drink too much. Go there to act like you want to win a world champion. So.
Yeah.
That's really, really important stuff. I really believe it is, and I tell you what, it's going to be an unbelievable event. I hope the weather's great. Okay, that's another thing. It's storming. It's terrible weather. You better think about being prepared for that. What kind of shoes that you're going to have? Usually, I can tell you in Texas, mid-March, it's usually time pretty cold. Usually our temperatures in Louisiana, I'm 200 miles from Dallas. You could easily have some 55 degree, 60 degree days, maybe at the best if you got a good bright sunny day. It could be as cold as 45, 50 degrees. And usually in Dallas that time of the year, a lot of wind. I mean, a lot of wind. It's always windy over there, especially during the springtime. So you may be fighting some wind. You might want to consider
add a little more charcoal.
Add more charcoal.
Add a little more charcoal, or keep a charcoal chimney, lit up. I mean, even if it burns out and you don't use it, you always got a little bit there, to grab some tongs and throw 5 or 6 briquettes in there if that's all you need. But
right.
Make sure you have a little charcoal on hand when it's windy like that, and have just a little bit lit. And you're going to go from one cook to the next. I think it's the classic on Sunday or whatever.
Right.
Make sure you're doing a double that day. So make sure you got your stuff right up there. So
Another thing is, if you got easy ups, make sure you have something to keep them things secured, because I will tell you, it gets really, really windy in Dallas. So that's something that you might want to be very mindful of as well. I used to have an easy up. They've got, or not easy up. I had a, oh goodness gracious, Euromax. I think it was the big one. Man, that thing had legs that were massive. I had a side that I could put up to always block the wind. Be very, very mindful of the wind and ways that you can block it. That's one of the things that will control your temperature. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah, yeah. I mean, or just practice cooking in some wind. I mean, I was at a comp 2 years ago, and man, I didn't account for the wind. The wind came up, and bang, I ended up cooking on Dan Judd's grill.
Wow.
And did well that day.
Right.
But I just didn't have, anything. I wasn't ready. So.
Right. Oh, let's see if we got anything else going here. Other classes, what we got? Judges for the best. Anybody got any questions? This is it. Shameless plug. Hey, Mr. B&B guy, So where's mine at, Anyway, I think those are some great. Yeah, I heard about the wind in Laurel. I heard it was brutal down there. So
Lambert's at the whole hog cook was windy. I mean, windy. I think they lost a few tenths there. So
yeah. So, that's the thing, make sure you have plenty of water if you don't have a trailer. I think that's another thing that you need to have. If you only have one 5-gallon jug that you usually take with you, if you're taking water, I would suggest make sure you got plenty of water, because you're going to be there for a couple of days. Make sure you got plenty of gas for your generator if you're running a generator. You're there a little bit longer. And I don't know what I know at the World Food, once you got locked in that place, you wasn't going nowhere. So I don't know what it is there. I haven't been. They may have a little bit more easier restrictions on you. And
bring a wagon, because like if you want to take stuff back and forth from your vehicle, they make you park away from there quite a ways, and if you need to run back and forth to do some things, you need that. Wagon's always good. But
little pop-up wagon, something small that you can carry, something, even a dolly. You got the little dollies that let down, that's got the little handle that makes a little truck out of it. So that's this. It's the little tips like this that you get there, and if you've never cooked it before, it's just to help you. And that's why I wanted to do this show. You've got about a month away. You need to start planning. We want to see everybody do good. And,
time your walk too. Last year I was probably about 4.5 minutes down the hill. I was down at the very end with Team White Lightning, and it was a long walk up there. So if you cut it close, make sure you know how long it takes to walk up there. It's not like it's your normal comp where you can run there and get there within 40 seconds or less than a minute. Sometimes it's going to take you 3 or 4 minutes to walk up there.
Okay.
So make sure you know how much time you got to get there.
Yeah. See, these are all really, really good topics to really bring out, because you may just not think about it. And so once you get set up, look where the turn in is. Like Matt said, get you a stopwatch or look at your watch and just take off. Normal little pace to get up there and see how long it's going to take you to get there. So there's a lot of things like that is really, really important. Let's see. We got a question about your beef consomme, Matt. When it's cold out and the beef consomme comes out of the can like jelly, how do you keep it in the Wicked Pig marinade from gelling up while your steaks are in the baggie? Can you use beef broth instead?
You can use broth. Broth has no gelatin in it, so it doesn't suspend the product in the liquid. I put it when I start marinade. I'll put it back in the truck. Keep my truck on. Keep it warm. Keep it liquefied. Okay. So,
all right, that's a good idea.
I put my cans on the dash right when I get there, and that'll be good enough. When I pull them out, they'll be nice and liquid, and do my prep work, and then put them back in the truck. My truck will run in Rockford. I think it ran for 2.5 hours that night last New Year's Eve.
I got you. All right. Let's see. Do you leave your setup overnight if cooking the event on a Sunday?
I do. They have security there, and the only thing I do take is my coolers, and then I put my tent down, and then I make sure and secure it. Have weights. I last year I think I left my cooler because it was going to be a little windy, and I left it there and strapped it down with some ratchet straps, and just kind of put it halfway down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do. I mean, everybody leaves their stuff, or if you got somebody next to you with a trailer, say, hey man, if you have room, I can throw some stuff in there. I didn't
Right.
leave my boxes either. My boxes with all your spices, that's one thing. I didn't want anybody to get their hands on, so I put them in a trailer that night that was right next to me.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to leave stuff out like that. That's another good point. That's the don't do. So,
yeah,
yes, that happened this past weekend. Let's see what
you
we
can
got
cook. You
here.
can cook. You can cook without your own grill, but everything
Yeah.
in that box is pretty important.
Right.
For you. So you can't go borrowing a bunch of spices. It's kind of maybe hard to do. So if something does get stolen, you don't want it to be that.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Don't leave valuables in your vehicle. That's what we'll call your. Yeah. That's a very important thing. I mean, there can be a lot of people that just it's a big area and it's real
Two,
easy to
two,
break a window. So
2 years ago, I think there was a guy. He had a hammer in the back of his truck, and somebody used his own hammer, broke out his back window, and stole some stuff out of his truck. So
yeah.
it's a bad deal, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people around, and you just never know. I mean, yeah, I know it's not the SCA people, but it's the public.
Right, it is. It is. Let's see. Nakia gives you something on your knives. I know, especially on the Gunner Wilhelm. Don't wipe them with Clorox wipes; they will rust and pit. If you do wipe them something to sanitize them, make sure you use plenty of water to wash all that stuff off. A little soapy water after you do it. I do that. I shoot a little Clorox on mine. I always like to disinfect them, and then immediately, as soon as I do, they go under hot soapy water. I give them a good hot soapy water, and then I give them a really good heavy rinse. And I have been doing that for years, and I've never had any issues doing that. So, let's see. We got broke into last year. Yeah, John. Yeah, it's terrible.
John's been broke into, I think, 3 times in the last 2 years. I want to say.
Dang.
I mean, you just got some bad luck, John. But
yeah,
man, I'm sorry for that.
Man, I would hire somebody to sit in my vehicle and come breaking in. They're going they're going to have a rude awakening. So
I think his wife's ring, her ancillary ring, was in the truck at that same time when they got broke into at a deal, and they didn't steal the ring, which
God.
is good. Which is a good thing.
Yeah, man, alive, that would have been sickening. Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
"Yep." So, wow. We got a lot of great comments coming in tonight. A lot of really good things. And you're at the big dance. Don't drink too much. Stay focused. That's right. This comes around once a year. If you was fortunate enough to get a golden ticket, make it count.
Hit your doneness. Hit your doneness.
Yes.
And then the other thing is, if they use the same lights as they did last year, pay attention to the lights they're going to be judging underneath. They're like a surgical blue light. So really, really pay attention to the lighting in there when you go into from each selection, or just take a look at them. I think Michelle Dang is the one that sets all that up, and she'll show you, what the lights are going to look like. So if you don't know, ask.
Right. Yeah.
It got me on the first round last year. Unfortunately, I had a buy round to get in there, but them lights they're a different
Critical.
animal.
Yeah. Every light is a little different. You got to watch that. That's another pro tip. I'm telling you. They're coming tonight. Y'all need to have notes and be taking notes on all this stuff. Even if you're a seasoned pro, you can always learn something. Like, man, I didn't think about that. I saw a guy just a second ago. I think it was Dustin said, hey, I didn't think about the wagon deal. So. It's important. And you don't think about all that stuff. Make sure you got everything prepared. So, let's see. I'm on a little late. Any updates on when the next state class is coming? Very, very soon. So, very soon. Probably with less than 2 weeks. So
You're gonna like it.
And it is an amazing class. I can tell you, one of the best steaks that I've had. It's up there with I've had Allen's, Ty's, Shauna's, John's, Terry's, yours. I think I got everybody, and every one of them have a little different flavor profile. They're all unique. None of y'all are using the same rubs. Y'all have all got unique little techniques. I'm telling you, y'all have got some amazing techniques. And some of them cross over, some of them don't. And some of them don't really go against each other. I could say, I could take the best of this and the best of this, and I could put them two together. And this cookers class, I'm telling you, it was amazing. Very, very good steak. And I think everybody's going to be very, very happy with who we're bringing out. I'm telling you, it was an amazing steak. And the whole class, very technical, very detailed, very thorough, in-depth answers. Just, it reminded me a lot of y'all's classes, and I'm there to get the questions, the answers out of y'all. Y'all don't have a chance. So I'm going to keep asking until I get everything out of you. When I think I've milked you enough, I'm going to poke you and punch you again and make sure I got everything out of you. And, but it was really in depth, ask a question, very detailed answers. And, I think everybody's going to like. I got a Christmas gift card burning a hole in my pocket. So, Brandon, it won't be long. And I think the gift card then was, I don't know if you got the 149 or 169. We have eliminated the 169. It is now just 179. You get all access only. I had a guy do it the other day. He said, it cost $10 and he paid the extra. You can use the gift card. It takes $169 off, put in $10 on the credit card, boom, it was there in this all access. I'm loving this all access thing. I think it's just way better. I'm hoping it's going to be, I just think it's just going to keep everybody more up to date. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep everybody more up to date with everything that is going on. So, but yeah, it shouldn't be long. Maybe another couple of weeks. We've got everything done. All the pop-ups are finished on the video. Promo was sent to me today. And it's just a matter of, getting it out there. And the timing's always kind of critical for us. So we just got through releasing a new barbecue cook. Not this past Sunday before last. So we don't want to put it right on top of that, although it's a steak. But I think we're just going to probably push this off for at least another week. And then, anyway, it's, I think everybody's going to be very happy. I know I was. I just, we're trying to just continue to get really good cooks that are out there, that are cooking a lot, that are doing very well. So, let's see what else we got. I know that Jana asked a question. What got you out of barbecue into steaks? I don't know where the question is, but I saw it.
I'd done barbecue for a lot of years, and it's kind of just burnout. I loved barbecue, and just, man, when a steak came along, I was like, man, this is what I was looking for. I mean, something different, and I bailed, and I bailed quick, and I never looked back. And I set out to get my golden ticket. I did the following year after I cooked, because the first one I ever cooked, I got third, and it was in Boone, Iowa. And I said, I'm going to go get my golden ticket the fifth time, out, or, before the fifth time. And I think I did it the third time in Mason City. I won my golden ticket.
Wow. And ever since then you was hooked.
Oh, hooked.
Yeah.
And I've done nearly, close to 200 SCA comps.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Well, I'm very excited. We've got we got a big year lined up for barbecue champs. There's some things, guys, that we got some big stuff that man, wouldn't it be great just to tell them?
what I just seen looked amazing. I can't wait for everybody.
Trust me, there is some stuff that we have been working on that is freaking. It's gonna be so good. I've got an amazing production company. These guys are just beyond top notch, especially when I give them plenty of time to get creative. But we've got something that we're going to probably release, and it's going to be something good, but it's going to probably be in, I'm going to say maybe 2 weeks to 3 weeks. It's not a barbecue class like, for our steak class. This is something completely different. And, I'm very excited about that. We've got a couple other things that we're working on. We got a Memphis in May class that we're going to be doing with Mark Lambert. I know that Matt said, I'm coming. You just let me know. I'm there. So Mark's going to do a Memphis in May class where he's going to do hog two ways, running and butterfly and pork shoulders, baby back ribs. That's going to be an amazing class. We've popped it out here 2 or 3 times, and everybody was like, my gosh, when it comes out, I'm buying Mark Lambert's class. That is going to be an amazing class. So that's something. Yeah. We've got another new deal that we are working on, a whole new thing that we're going to be bringing to Barbecue Champs. We've got a mastermind coming in, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. It'll be at least 2 days worth of filming.
That's good. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
It's gonna be phenomenal. Very excited to be able to launch this, and we're hoping to have that out sometime in March. This was something that we had started working on in late November, early December. We was trying to get it done in December, early January. Just we couldn't get the schedules for him to work. So he said, man, I'm wide open for February. I was like, good, let's just book a date. Tell me, we'll make it work. And we are very, very excited about that. But that was something that we started working on late November, early December that we wanted to bring out. And it could not have happened at a better time. So there's some things that have worked in our favor with this class as well. So it's going to be very, very good. Let's see.
I'm just going to say Barbecue Champs is going to explode here in the next month and a half.
Yeah, if you don't know about it, you're fixing to find out about it. So we're very excited, and I got a lot of people to thank. First of all, it's all the barbecue and the steak cookers that's made this what it is. I could not do it without those guys, but mainly from the bottom of my heart, I could not do it without of all of our amazing customers that have been back to buy multiple classes, that's given us major shout outs, that has supported us, that is always continuing to keep encouraging me to keep doing these classes because it's helping everybody. And when I first started this, the whole deal was to grow SCA and to grow barbecue competitions in general. That was my main focus. I wanted to see this grow, and I'm very thankful for what it's done for SCA this year, or this past year. Barbecue really got, man, we just took it on the chin with COVID, and just not many competitions opened up. So that is that kind of hurt us a little bit, but the barbecue stuff is coming strong in the last 2 or 3 months. Man, class sales are starting to really take off. I think people are, hey, finally we're going to get to cook barbecue, and we're going to, if we can get our barbecue guys to start giving shout outs and stuff like that of how good the classes are and how well they've helped, like the SCA, it's going to really, I think, explode the sport. Because, people I don't want to tell people, I understand that, but at the same time, if we don't have competitions to go to because just nobody shows up, then that's not going to be good. We need the sport to grow. We need to have, 40, 50 teams at all these competitions. And instead of, 15, 20, and there's no payout and you can't make any money, and, and the promoters get upset because nobody showed up, and that's not good for anything. So I'm pretty excited. Let's see. I would love the backyard party, but an ACA ancillary class would be sweet as well. Interesting. Woo! Be careful what you wish for. Let's see here. I love all the classes I have taken, different tips and techniques from each and every one. Yeah. Yeah,
to answer Rob Jorgensen's question, my favorite comp, I did a competition in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, and it was, I can't remember what time of the year it was. It was fall, and it was set in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, along a little river or whatever, straight in moonshine country. And I'm telling you what, I didn't know a soul when I got there, but those people were extremely nice, and just cooking in the mountains was pretty neat. If they have it again, I will go back.
I got
So
you. That's pretty cool.
I think it was November is when it was. Drove 15 hours there, and then I started my way home and slept at a rest stop in Kentucky and drove the rest of the way home the next day. So
Yeah, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Well, um,
thanks,
yeah,
Ryan.
yeah. Are you sure it wasn't Tulsa 2019? That was a good one too, huh? Better late than never. So,
Yeah.
hey, Scott, there you are. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Anyway, it's just it's.
And then I seen one more thing. I can't remember who put this up there.
Cooking at higher elevation. That's another one.
Yeah. Something about a brother-sister class.
Oh, a brother-sister class. Yeah, I saw that earlier.
You know what? At Worlds, you're going to be there, Mike. Maybe we can do a little live. We'll have some time.
Yeah.
We can get some steaks from Ken and Brett, and maybe we got to do a one-on-one brother-sister cook.
Yeah.
And we can find 5 judges standing around.
Yeah.
And we'll do it.
Yeah, we might could do that.
What do you think, Marissa?
You really want your sister kicking your butt on national TV?
I don't care.
Huh? Are you scared of her?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, I was fixing to say that girl was on fire at the end of last year, man. You better be careful with that one. So, oh goodness gracious, yeah, that would be a fun little thing. Oh, sounds cool. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Oh man, I met Marissa in El Dorado. I can't wait to meet her. I'm just telling you right now, that girl is just something special. So she just seems as sweet as she can be. So I will help Marissa. I don't think she needs no help, Terry. Are you kidding?
Really, Terry? Come on.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Uh-oh. He should be just a little. Yeah. I'm sure it's just a little, Marissa. I probably can't. Yeah, I'm sure just a little bit. So
she says I'm ready.
Yeah, I bet she is. You better watch it. That's one you might not want to tangle with her. So let's see, you done taught her everything she knows, and then I think she took that and said, no, I can make this way better. So oh goodness.
She's found her own little niche, and found her their own little stuff to use, and
right.
And man, she can cook a mean steak.
Yeah.
Terry's not going to be on your side. No.
I don't know, man. She's a lot prettier than you are. Oh goodness gracious, man! I'm excited. We got a lot of things coming. It is going to be an amazing year this year, and man, there's just some big things happening. I can't wait. And
I want to tell everybody I got working on a new steak rub. Nakia White and myself been working on something, and we think we got it pinned down. We're going to change just a few more things, and I think you guys are gonna like it.
Okay.
A lot. So we'll know something here probably in about 2 weeks, and we hope to have maybe a big bag to distribute out in some little baggies at the championship. That's what our goal is.
I got you. So. All right. Brian Sweet. Hey, guys, I cooked in Tahoe and can tell you the charcoal doesn't burn as hot. Yeah, not as much oxygen up there in Tahoe, that's for sure. Probably got to run them vents. A lot of times people don't realize even with the vents wide open, you still can't get enough oxygen through there. Key is crack that lid open just a little bit, and I promise you that'll get enough oxygen across them coals that it will stoke that fire. So always remember, it takes air, and there's less air, there's less oxygen, especially Tahoe. So one of the things that you can certainly do is crack that lid just a little bit if you're having trouble getting that temperature up. And you put enough oxygen to anything, especially fire, it will start to burn a little bit hotter. So that's a pro tip that I've learned over the years just with the barbecue stuff, cooking on drums and stuff. So Let's see what we got here. Bobby Graham, I bought both Terry and Matt's class, got second in my 8th competition and a gold ticket on my 10th comp. The classes work. I can't wait to get back out competing next week in Fort Worth. Man, that is awesome, Bobby, that you did
Thank you,
that.
Bobby.
And I'm sure Terry would thank you as well. I appreciate your support. We've got a lot of great things coming, and man, I'm just excited. Golly, we just got so much in this next month that's fixing to happen, and I'm really, really, really excited about it. Oh man, I'm over here wondering if I should even talk about the new stuff that's coming out. Not the one thing, but the class that's coming. How many folks we got on here? We got 50 folks on here. So, man, maybe we'll do it next. I can't wait too long. So, want to know what you fellas got in those cups. I've got water. I don't drink, so I've got water. I drink a lot of water.
I have JT Turnbull's cup that he gave out. If you go to Rockford, Iowa, JT's got a very nice facility that he runs a great comp at that. And I have a Brett Galloway special in here. So
there you go. Well, mine is water. You're going to find me with water and a little Mio of some sort. Usually it's grape. So I drink a lot of that or sweet tea. You know, I love sweet tea, but a lot of times I'll just use the squirt stuff. It's pretty good. So I want to know the secrets. Spill it, Mike. All right, you want to see it? How can I show that it's purple? I don't know if you can tell it, but it's as purple as it gets.
I think they're talking about the class.
I'm sure it is. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. We can keep a secret, Mike. Yeah, so.
Whatever.
Oh, goodness gracious. I want to know the secrets. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I should have done it.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Can we give like a hint and maybe they can try to figure it out from there?
Oh, possibly. Let's see, Mike, we're a family. You can share. Do it. Everybody's wanting to know what it is. So
I can give a tip, but they might get it, and they might not.
Right. Well, I was going to hold this back, but you know, and I really didn't want to tell nobody about it until we just launched it. But this may be a pretty good deal because. And I wish I had to do it when we had 70 people on here just a minute ago. We got 49 now, so I always like to have big audiences. You know, this may not be a bad deal, and I it's not going to really hurt anything because it's not estate stuff. And I can give you an idea of where we are going with this. So. No, it's not Sandy Brown. Come on, we're family. We won't tell anyone we're family. This is great. Heard it here exclusively. All right, so what's the cat out of the bag? What have we got big coming? This may be a good idea because I can kind of bounce some ideas off of you guys to let you know. But back in November and early December, before the SCA had even talked about making ancillaries, World Champions, we have decided that we are going to film our first ancillary exclusive classes starting next week. We're going to film. We're going to do 2 days of filming. This is something that I had wanted to do in December before SCA had even announced that it was going to be a world championship. We have got a unbelievable cook that's coming in. That is a big world food guy. He is amazing. He does a lot of culinary fight stuff as well. This is going to be something that I think is going to be very good. We are going to film 4 classes on appetizers. We're going to do 4 classes on chicken wings, at least 3 classes on burgers, and at least 3 classes on desserts. And so we're going to try to get all of those filmed in 2 days. If we have time to roll over onto that Monday, because it's going to be an all-day Saturday, all-day Sunday, and we got almost most of the day on Monday to make it happen. We might be able to get 4, 4, 4, and 4. I'm very excited about this because it will absolutely be amazing at what we're going to do with this. We want to really make this something that'll be phenomenal for the ancillaries. And, a lot of people can cook some really amazing stuff, but it's making it look good as well. And this guy he is unbelievable at what he does. I mean, I think you could give him a flip-flop and a bottle of whipped cream, and he would make it the most presentable thing that you've ever seen in your life. So we are working on how to go about pricing this out. At first, we was going to do, I don't know, I've really been struggling of how to price this because it's going to be 16 classes, right? We may end up having it to where they're probably going to be, they may be an a la carte where you can just go in and pick out the class that you want. So I want 1 hamburger, I want 1 dessert, I want 1 wing, I want 1 appetizer. And probably going to try to keep these at a price point of $49.99. We're going to try to keep the price really low. I think that's a very fair deal with the information and the techniques that you're going to be able to get from this. I think the price point is super awesome. We was originally going to do it a little bit higher, and I was like, you know what? I want to make this let's make it to where we can blow them out. And I think $49.99 for an individual class like that, you get 2 classes for $100. You're talking about 4 classes for $200. And then you can pick and choose which ones you want. So the biggest thing is we're trying to figure out how we could go about doing it to where we still have some type of private Facebook page if you needed help. So we're thinking about maybe putting like all 4 of the burgers together or 3 burgers together. And if you just buy those, then we could do a Facebook page for each individual dessert, burgers, appetizers, wings. And so we may have it to where you can purchase, if there's 4 classes, that would be right at $200 if you bought 4. Maybe if you buy all 4 of them, we could do a discount to where it's $179 and you get all of them. This would be some good feedback, and that's kind of why I thought about maybe putting this out. Give me some feedback on that. You could go in and get all 4 of them, and maybe $179 you get 4 classes. And then we can get you a private Facebook page for that, for each one of them. So that's something that we are doing. I think this is going to be amazing. I think the price point is unbelievable. And give me some thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I saw a couple people posting that, hey, do an ancillary. Hey, do an ancillary. Hey, do an ancillary. And
the guy can cook, and I've seen some pictures of some of the stuff he's made. Oh man.
It's mind blowing.
It's magazine quality stuff. This guy can cook.
It's unbelievable. So I don't know. Would everybody like a private Facebook page for each individual? Because it's hard to throw all of them in one because, somebody may have bought one and they got all these things that are going on. I don't think that's real fair to them. So would everybody like, let's see, great idea, group together with a Facebook group is a great package. So, all right, so there's some feedback. That's kind of what I was wanting to hear. What we could do is we could group them together. If we can come up with 4 recipes for each one, hopefully we can get that. I know we can at least get 3. Maybe we could do all burgers, give a discount, get all of these, do a discount, do all these. It kind of gets back to that same deal. I don't want somebody to get left out if things were to change. Now, flavor profile is probably not going to change a whole lot on what we're doing here. I like that all access package where you have the ability to get with the cook, and get information and stuff. So We obviously can talk a little bit more about this. We've kind of let the cat out of the bag tonight. But I kind of really wanted to do this to get some feedback from some folks and see what they think. I was going to kind of hold this back. But this is going to be out probably within the next 3 or 4 weeks. Let's see. I would like the individual Facebook page allow people who have bought the classes to bounce ideas and boxes off each other in that category. Yeah, that's kind of what we would have to do. It would have to be burgers. It would have to be desserts. It would have to be wings. It would have to be appetizers. So, because it would just get too messed up, and you start getting people throwing stuff in there they don't know anything about. I don't think that part would work. So, and maybe it's a deal. We put all 4 of them together for $179. You get 4 classes, all access. Boom. You want to go buy some individual classes, you can. You're just not going to get access to the page. And I think most people really ought to consider that because it's really the best way. But we think we're going to have some pretty amazing food. I mean, we've already been talking about dishes and stuff for the last, probably 2 or 3 weeks, really going over them, creating some really good stuff. We got other people that we'll obviously want to talk to about getting into this as well. And let's see, I missed out on the Facebook group, but Sterling bought my classes at different time, but all his classes with the Facebook group was an option. So I missed out on all the Facebook group. I bought Sterling's at different time. If you've got all of them, Jana, I don't know if you have or not. We can certainly get you added into that. So anyway, but I definitely think the Facebook group is really good. Anyway, we kind of let the cat out of the bag. I see our audience is getting tired of us. We've been talking about way too much. So I usually like to keep these classes under about these podcasts under about an hour. I appreciate everybody's feedback. Seems like a lot of people are excited about this. We may talk about this a little bit more on some other shows and stuff, just to kind of let you know what's coming. The thing is, it's coming out pretty quick because once we get these filmed, we will knock these things out. So there won't be a real long wait time. And I'm pretty excited. The other thing that we're talking about, y'all are going to have to wait on that one. So that one is just going to be, we want to catch everybody off guard with that. So anyway, look, I've had a lot of fun. Matt, you got any closing thoughts, buddy?
I will be on the Barbecue Pitmaster podcast next Monday night at, I think it's 5 o'clock Central Time. I'm not sure, but that.
Okay.
And, keep practicing for the Worlds and do everything that you're supposed to do, guys. And hopefully meet a lot of people there that I haven't met yet because there's a lot of people that I haven't. So I'd like to meet you. Come by and see me.
Yep.
I'll be around there somewhere.
Yep.
So.
I'm planning on attending at least one of those days. So make sure that, you get around. I don't know everybody, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks going to come up to me that's going to know me that I'm not going to know. So make sure you introduce yourself. I try to keep up with a lot of my customers, but it's so many now. We just can't do it. So if you're just coming on, and you haven't caught the show, I hope you catch it from the beginning. We just released some exciting news here about 15 minutes ago about a new deal that we are going to be coming out with. See a few folks that are popping back on, so make sure that you go and at least check out this last 15 minutes of the show. We got some exciting new stuff that we're doing. We're very excited about it. We're always doing everything we can, and now we've got more and more people popping up. We're always going to do everything we can to help everybody be competitive in what they love to do, and that's cook. And we always try to bring some of the best there is to the table when we do that. And I think everybody's going to be very, very excited about the new person that we're bringing out with our new ancillary class. Since some of you have just now popped on, that's what we're going to be releasing here. And can't wait. It's going to be an exciting deal. And we will definitely keep everybody a little bit more up to date on it as we get closer to it. So anyway, get some questions about that. We may talk about this again. Be looking here pretty soon. We've got a new steak cooker that we're going to probably be releasing in the next 2 weeks. So we'll probably get a chance to talk about it a little bit more after that. Got anything else, Matt? You good?
No, I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. And like I said, we're looking forward to a great time at the World coming up here the second weekend in March. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Matt, thank you once again, man, for everything
you.
you've done for Barbecue Champs, for all the people that have taken your class. Appreciate that, and you helping these men and women to get out there and to succeed and do what they do. We're going to go ahead and close this show out. As we always say when we close out our videos, have a lot of fun and smoke.